This is the day where we have 80 jerseys that blend into one blue river. One blue river that flows constantly. The end of the river, the empty end of the sea as one. That's how we roll.
Sing it for us, Serra.
Pray for us!
Hello and welcome to the Serra High School Football Podcast. How are you, Coach Walsh?
I'm doing well. Amy Strain, how are you?
I'm doing very, very well. We're coming off the heels of a wonderful win, season opener at Kezar Stadium against Sacred Heart Cathedral with a final score of 61-0. It was a great game, and I'd love it if you could just take us through it for a little bit.
Sure. So this game, and clearly we were a favorite in this game, and this is what I've been talking about a lot about focusing on us. There is no them. There's only us. Like, this is a game in a game we're clear favorites, which is sometimes happens in WCL. A lot of times we're not. It doesn't happen. We're on the road, so it was kind of hammers the theme of focusing on ourselves, even though every week should be the same.
Sure.
Even with St. Francis coming up and Valley Christian and Midi and everyone else that's coming up, it should always, in a great team environment, the emphasis should always be on us and not them, the distractions. With that said, it's hard to, because we're human, to understand. It's hard to really truly focus on that. So I was worried about sloppy play, lack of enthusiasm, eyes in the wrong spot, a lot of things that go when the focus goes on. Start thinking about external things like, oh, I got to get out of here. We're going to kill these guys. Whatever the case may be. I thought it was the opposite of that. I thought our team did a great job of handling the game with maturity. Hence why we went 11 of 12 in goals.
Wow.
So defense was 4 for 4, offense was 4 for 4, and special teams was 3 for 4. The special teams goals are really, really hard for us to get. They're hard to get. For example, we have no missed PATs, turnovers, or no missed field goals. We had a couple of those this week, and that was the one goal we did not get. We got every other goal, so back-to-back weeks we've been 11 of 12.
That's wonderful.
Which is very, very high, and currently we're now operating a goal achievement at 81%.
That's great.
Our team grade eclipsed the 90% mark, so the individual grades that we talk about each week, we went over 90% for the first time all year, which again is a testimony to the fact that we stayed focused. And focusing on us is always going to be the theme of this year, as it is every year. But really, in this situation that we're in, is fully focused. Our sole focus is on ourselves and being the best people we can be. And I told them in chapel, when you're sitting in that chair, ask yourself, is this the best version of yourself that you can be? And if it's not, what are you doing about it? Or where are you slipping? And just encompassing all of that stuff together, I think that's what was the outcome of the 61-0 night.
That's great. And like you said, they remained humble and, won with grace and all that good stuff.
Yeah, we had one personal foul in the game. I'm intolerant when it comes to personal fouls because, wow, this is the most aggressive and humanly focused, energetic, testosterone-driven game in the history of maybe the gladiators back in the day had it a little bit different, fighting off lions.
Animals.
Like other than that, like for us, this is a gladiatorial sport.
Right.
And there's a lot of emotion that goes into it. And when someone says something to you and says something bad about anything, your mom, whatever, this is restraint to me is strength. If you show true restraint, it shows strength. And we've had times in the past, last year particularly, where we had a lot of personal fouls, and it just says a lot about what we don't want to be. It's also forgivable because we're human. We're going to make these mistakes. And but generally, going back to what your point is, we did have a very, very clean game overall. Our offense efficiency was at 8%. So we only had a couple penalties. We had no drops. We had no fumbles. We didn't give up any sacks. The